Hello everyone. Welcome to Mystery Stamping number 1. This is my very first time I'm going to try this mystery stamping where I'm sharing a product list with you ahead of time. So I'll tell you what you need to cut and what supplies you need to bring with you. And then when we gather at 1 o'clock on Mondays, I'll walk you through the steps to make some kind of fun project. So it's kind of fun. You bring your supplies and you don't know what you're going to create. And then when we're done, hopefully you have something neat that you can, some kind of card you can use, or occasionally we may do other projects as well. So I am not sure how late I am. No matter how many times you test your technology, sometimes it just doesn't go the way it's supposed to. So I am doing this completely different than I had intended to do, but I think we can make it work. So bear with me and it's going to be awesome. Let me know if you're here. I see a few people are on, so send me a comment below. Say hello. I'm curious. Hopefully some of you brought some materials along. I'm sure as we keep doing these every week that we'll get a bigger following, but I'm excited to have a few of you here today for my very first one. Maybe I don't want too many here because this could be an epic failure if my technology set up here a few minutes ago was any indication. It could be a complete flop. I don't know. But hey, we've got friends and we've got stamping supplies, so it cannot be a total loss, can it? Hi Sandy, hi Gail. Who else did I see comments from? I am not sure if I'm going to be able to see your comments all through this. I might be able to, since my setup is not working out how I wanted to. But welcome. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes about things I have happening. We'll wait to see if anybody else joins in. And then here shortly, we will start on our project. So just a couple of things that are happening. I may just talk about one. My virtual stamping retreat. I am really excited about this. I had started doing stamp camps in person at the beginning of this year that people have absolutely loved. But for all of you who follow me from far away, I want to be able to offer some of these, something like my stamp camps to you as well. So I'm starting with my very first virtual retreat, and they are all holiday themed projects. So we have a Fun Folds class, a Stamp-A-Stack class where you'll get to make 12 cards with one stamp set, and then a holiday sampler class. So let me try to flip my camera here, and as soon as I do that, I will see if I can show you those projects real quick. So bear with me. You may want to look away for a second because I'm going to have to rotate this, and I don't want to make anyone dizzy. So this is probably not going to be completely straight. Like I said, we are just kind of making this work since technology was not my friend today. So let me show you these virtual stamping retreat projects. I'm really excited about this. I have about a week to take some more registrations. And you can sign up for one of these classes or you can sign up for all three. So these are the projects for the Fun Folds class. I'll show you how they fold here. Here is a fun one, a double Z fold, pretty cool. This one, I think this is called a Joy Fold. Just a little flap on the front. This one's fun. Love this. This is an easel card. So you fold it up and it sits like this. Love easel cards. Here is just a little bit different take on a gatefold card that opens this direction instead of vertically. And this is a pretty fun one. I forget at the moment what this is called, but it has some extra folds there and can be set up to display like that. So that's the Fun Folds class. The Stamp-A-Stat class uses the Snow, is it called Snow Wonder or Snow Wishes stamp set? And we're going to make 3 each of 4 different cards. So you'll get all these materials prepared. This one will not have the die cutting done. So you'll need the stamp set and the dies for this class. The one I just showed you, you only need the stamp set, the Peace and Joy stamp set, I believe it's called. And then your inks, of course. I will send all of the papers and the ribbons and the embellishments and envelopes to go with all of them. So this is the Stamp-A-Stat class. Will definitely help you get some of those Christmas cards made up if you still need some more Christmas cards. And this one might be my favorite. We'll see if we have a glare here. So this is my holiday sampler. This is an 8x8 frame. And on my website where I have all the information about signing up for this, I have a link to where I get my frames cheap for $5 each. And I just love all the cute little pieces to this sampler. So all of this will be prepared and sent to you for you to assemble. The only things that you'll need for this are the stamp set that I use to stamp special delivery in this North Pole down here, or if you want to substitute it for a stamp set, you can, and you'll have all these paper materials and you can just stamp those 2 pieces however you like. So if you're interested in that, go to my website, scrappingstampingandstuff.com, and at the very top, I believe there should be a link. Hi, Cindy. How do you join? So I think the link is at the very top of my website right now. If not, you can click on events or get involved, and then there's a link for upcoming classes, and classes in the mail is where that one is listed. So if you want, the information for that, Cindy, send me a comment or something afterwards. If you don't find that, I would love for you to sign up. So I'm going to apologize again. I know my lighting is not great here because the way I was going to have this set up, I had a light built into my camera and everything, and none of it's working. So bear with me with my a little bit dark setup here. Here are the materials I had shared that you, I'm getting all sorts of messages here. Here are the materials I shared that we need for our mystery project number 1. So this is a project, I've been doing these mystery stamping projects with my team, my Stampin' Up! Team members, and during our monthly meetings, because we used to get together in person. Since I moved to Indiana, we can't do that anymore. Plus, we have people spread out across several states at this point. So we started doing these mystery stamping projects so that we can still stamp during our meetings. And they have really been liking them. So I decided to bring this to you as well. So I'm excited that you're here. I don't want to keep talking forever. But here was the materials list that you needed if you are watching the recording, or even if you're live here and you don't have your materials prepared. This is what you need, and you can pause, and then as soon as you get what you need together, you can come back and hit play and join right in, okay? So we're gonna get started. You need your card base first, and go ahead and fold that in half if it is not folded in half. And this is going to be wobbly, so I'm going to do my best not to shake my camera like crazy. Okay, so there's your card base. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what to do and give you a minute or so before I show you how I am assembling mine. One of the fun things about mystery stamping is your project can turn out completely different from everyone else's. So I don't want to show you right away how I'm going to do mine, but I'll tell you, I'll give you a minute to kind of work on yours, and then I will show mine at that point, and you can decide if you want to wait to see how I do mine or if you want to do yours on your own. So the next thing we're going to do, we need your 4x5 1/4 designer series paper, and we need to attach this to the front of your card base. Hi Mary, hi Cindy, thanks for joining in everyone. So there aren't too many different ways to attach this piece to the front, so I'll go ahead and do mine. So the designer papers I am using today, just so that you know, are from the Gilded Autumn stamp set. I love stamp set. I'm all flustered from my camera not working right. The Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. And these are just some absolutely beautiful papers. If you had tried to order this a couple weeks ago, it was out of stock. It was on back order. And that shipment has come in, so it is available again if you would like to stock up on some of this Gilded Autumn paper. Okay, so we've got that piece on the front. Now, this is where, this is my favorite part right here. This right here is the part that I love about this card design. So you need your circles. I told you you only need 4 of them, and they measure 2 inches across. I was struggling to decide which of the paper prints I wanted to use. So I punched a few extras, and I'm not going to use all of these. You're only going to use 4, unless you want to change up the design a little bit, which you can if you want to. But what you need to do with your circles is we're going to fold in. I know circles don't have edges or sides, but we're going to pretend like they do. We are going to fold in on four different spots to make them look like a square, basically. So I'll let you watch what I'm doing. It's a little bit hard for me to do this without covering it up. But there, I've got 2 of my edges folded in. Here I'm going to do the 3rd one. Oh my goodness, I am just shaking the life out of you. So we'll do some more practice with the technology before next week's mystery stamping. Okay, so that's what we need. These don't have to be perfect by any means. As you can see, if you look close, this one I got more folded in than this one. It is not a big deal. When you get these onto your project, chances are you are not going to notice the small imperfections like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to the others. I'm going to try and do it not using my table so that I don't shake you. So does anybody know what we're doing? Anybody know what we're doing? This is a card design I first made years ago, and I just absolutely love it. So who's crafting along with me? I'm curious if you just stopped in to watch along today, or if anybody's, who all is crafting with this. So let me know in the comments. Okay, I've got my second one down there. And I'm not sure if I can see my comments. I think I can. It's funny, I've done Facebook Lives 1.5 million times, and then I try and do this today. And, you know, we'll just roll with it. Well, hi, let's see. Hi, Heather. I'm glad you're here. You have no idea what I'm doing. That's okay. I don't know if anyone has any idea what I'm doing. Actually, I bet my team members know. We've got at least one of my team members on here, and she probably was along when we did this for my one team meeting. So, Cindy, you're crafting with us. I think that's what that means. Hi, Eva. This seems like a good way to spend some time at home, right? Okay, so I'm going to look at my 4 here and decide if I like those prints or if I want to... I think I may use this one instead of that stripe. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining in. So if you are new here, this is brand new. So as we do this more times, I probably won't explain as much, but this is my very first mystery stamping event. So I shared the list of materials ahead of time. I also shared it at the beginning of this presentation. So if you're watching after the fact, you can check it out at the beginning. And so I share the materials, then we get together and we craft, and you get to make something fun at home. So, super. So I'm glad you're crafting along with us, Cindy. Oh, look, I have an extra one. That's pretty. That looks like something fun we could use on a card. Okay, so I'm going to wait a minute or so. Make sure that those of you who are crafting have your circles folded up as so. And then we're going to get to the next step, which this card is pretty easy. It does not take long at all. So we won't be here for too long today. Oh, fun. I can see, I'm learning things right now. I can see profile pictures of some of you who are watching. Hi, Janice. I think Janice is on. I see somebody carved a really cool pumpkin for trick or treat. So, whoever carved that really cool pumpkin and that's your profile picture, you should give me a shout out. Okay. So if you are watching the recording and I ever move too fast, of course you can stop it for a second and then proceed when you're ready. But the next thing you want to do is grab that cardstock, that square of cardstock that measures 3 1/8 inches by 3 1/8. And you are going to attach these pieces to the front of this piece. And I'm going to give you a minute to do that how you like. See if you can find an arrangement that you like. Because there are different ways you can do this. So Sandy, you said you did not use double-sided paper for these circles. That is totally okay. All that means is that either the insides of yours are going to be white or these edges are going to be white, and that's totally okay. They do not have to be double-sided. All right, so now I'm going to play around with this a little bit. I'll tell you, I have a sample card I'm going to show you in a minute that is already made up. So on that one, I attached these just like this. They fit on perfectly if you attach them like that. I'm going to play around with this and see. I think for this one, I am going to get a little creative and attach them just like this. So to avoid shaking the table, I'm gonna put my adhesive on up in the air. So what's everybody doing today besides crafting? It's a beautiful fall day here in northern Indiana. And I just realized I should have put these on in a different order. So I'm using our regular seal adhesive. One thing about this adhesive is you can usually get them back off, get pieces back off after they're stuck on. So I got that lifted off. I wanted to put the two with the Cajun Craze color, I wanted to put them opposite each other. my last one here. So there are different ways you can do this, as you can see. So what does this look like? Gail says she was off on the treadmill. Good for you, Gail. I should get myself on the treadmill. And you've been doing laundry. Good times with the laundry. Sometimes I tell myself that like one day the laundry is going to stop. One day it's going to stop. I think I'm making that up. I don't think that's actually going to happen. Okay, so now we need to attach this to our card. So you can put this wherever you like. You can turn it different directions. There are lots of options for this. We can turn it. At this point, I'm curious what yours look like compared to mine. This one looks a lot different from my first one, so once we get done here, I'll show you my original. So you can attach this with regular adhesive if you want, or you can pop it up with dimensionals if you like. I think popping it up sounds fun. I've got a few of my mini dimensionals left here, so I think I'm going to put these on the edges and pop this up. So I just love how this looks like a quilt once you get those circles folded and put together. I think it is a really neat design. So where do I think I'm going to put mine right in the middle. Okay, so there's no greeting on here yet. So this could be turned any way that you like. Wow, I love that. So this is going to be, this can be, I guess something you don't normally get to see in my videos is when I see the finished product and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. Tell me I'm not the only one who has those moments. I have to soak them up when things start to come together, and I just love whatever I've made. So you were to bring a stamped greeting. So if you don't have a stamped greeting, you could make one up here real fast. This is the one I brought, which is from the Beautiful Autumn Stamp Set. Love this one. I made some really cool stuff with these little leaves and the acorns and the punches that coordinate with them. But the set has really pretty greetings as well. So I use this little Have a Beautiful Day one. And I think I'm going to put pop-ups on the back of here. Dimensionals, I guess they're otherwise known as. So you can attach your greeting wherever you want. So this is a toughie. Make sure your card is turned the way you want it to open before you put your greeting on. If you've been turning it around all sorts of directions, you don't want to put your greeting on upside down. So it could go anywhere down at the bottom, across the center. Could still open this way and put it at the top of the bottom. Oh my goodness, I feel like I need to make more of these. I love this. So you can think about your embellishments you're going to use if you brought any embellishments. I'm thinking about mine right now, thinking if that should affect where I want to put my greeting. Oh, are you ever indecisive? There's our next question I want some comments on. Are you ever indecisive like me? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Okay, I'm going to stick it in the middle. Just make a decision and go with it. So before I stick this on real quick, I'll show you this. So since I had these extra circles there, I thought, well, that's pretty. Just having one of these laid on top of a circle. If you wanted to, you could do some extras, and you could even add another layer on top like that. That could add a little bit extra. I just love how you can start with the same idea or the same materials and just do so many different things with it, and everybody can come up with their own unique project. Oh, I love this. I can't wait to see what you all create. Oh, thanks, Becky. You love this too? You said you did a scrapbook page with these circles before. Okay, so I used to be like exclusively a scrapbooker. For any of you who don't know that, years ago, I was a scrapbooker. I don't know if I'd ever made a card. And then when I started making cards, I fell in love with it. And now I sort of have to force myself to scrapbook. But I think, since you said that, Becky, I think maybe the first time I ever did this technique was actually on a scrapbook page as well. Okay, team, we are wrapping this up. So did you bring any embellishments? I am pretty pumped about the embellishments I brought. Anybody have any guesses for what embellishments I have? Anybody? Can you hear them? Do you know what these are? They are our acorn trinkets. So excited. These things are so pretty. So this is going to be a card I will hand deliver to somebody if I put these acorns on the front. I won't be able to mail it unless I add some extra postage. And boy, they get grumpy at the post office if your cards get thick, don't they? So, okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to add 2 of these. I'm not sure if I want them this way or this way. So get out your embellishments and you can add the embellishments that you want. Maybe I'll add 2 there and 1 there. Not sure. Oh, Sandy, I hope your paper comes too. I know you were one of the people who had to wait on getting this beautiful paper pack. I sure hope yours comes tomorrow soon because it is back. So hopefully it comes soon. So I think I'm going to add 2, one on the top and one on the bottom, like that. So I brought my glue dots. My favorite way to attach anything like this, ribbons or anything that's a little harder to get to stay in place. Okay, friends, so here's what I have. I'll show it to you a little bit closer. Just look at that with these foils and those papers. I love this. Oh, Heather, you saw the earring idea with these? I don't remember. I'm not sure if I was the one that shared that, but you should, if you want to look it up, you can turn these acorns into adorable little earrings. So if you like to make jewelry or that sounds fun, definitely look that up. So thanks for joining in. This is our Gilded Autumn Paper Pack. Now, if you were crafting along with me, I want you to comment and show a picture because whoever does this, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun to see how people's cards turn out differently and how you can really change up the design. Now, I guess I should show you my other one before I forget. Before I have a squirrel moment and I don't do what I said I was going to do. So here is the one I made during our team meeting when we did this a couple of months ago. So this is our Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper pack. And I put one of our beaded pearls right there in the center. One of these beaded pearls comes with all three of those. That's all attached together. So here is a really pretty Christmas card you can make like this, and you can see how I laid it out a little bit different. There's just a lot you can do with this. And imagine if you used 6 of these, you could cover most of a card front. You might even be able to fit 8 onto a card front, but you could just do different patterns. Think of all the different quilt block patterns. You could arrange these differently and just do some really neat things with this. Okay, my friends, so if you do this, like I said, comment, share a picture. I will be uploading this to YouTube, so you can watch along there if you want to once I get it posted. But I'll talk about next week before I forget. Next week, thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you. I want to see what you're out there creating too, so make sure you send us some pictures. Let's talk about next week. Here is Mystery Stamping Project List number 2. So next week's, I'm going to be on YouTube at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am testing out the Facebook Lives versus the YouTube Lives, and I'll tell you my goal is to actually be able to do a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live both on Mondays, 1 hour apart. But I want to get familiar with this, get my kinks worked out with my technology and all of that before I commit to doing 2 in one day. So I just think this will be a really fun way to be able to get together with all of you from a distance, since I don't live near a lot of you. So yeah, that's my hope. But next week on November 9th, I believe is the date, Monday, November 9th, we will get together at 1:00 on YouTube. So look up my YouTube channel if you're not a subscriber. Scrapping, Stamping, and Stuff is the name of it. And I will be there live at 1:00 as long as my technology cooperates with me. These are the materials you will need. We will make a fun project then, and trying to think what I'm forgetting. Oh, so about the time. Yes, my time is 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time. So for some of you here in the US, that may be noon or 11 or 10. I know a lot of you cannot watch live during this. All of you working mamas out there, I know it doesn't work out to watch live. This is the time that it works best for me because we still have 4 children living with us and evenings are kind of crazy. So this is how I can make it work with my family life. And hopefully, if it doesn't work out for you to join in live, that you can at least join in and watch after the fact. So I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining in, everyone. If I've forgotten anything I was supposed to say, let me know, ask questions. Here I'm going to make you feel better about things that you forget. Here's my pretty ribbon I was going to use on this card that I totally forgot. So maybe I'll weasel some of it in here afterwards. Maybe not. I just love that this ribbon coordinates with this. So maybe I can add a little strip in somehow. But hey, I like the card the way it is. So thank you for being here. I will stop rambling, and I hope to see you again next Monday. Have a great week, everyone.